Hey guys, Neil Kachik here from Trench Fitness with our 3-week out video blog. And for this week, I wanted to do something a little bit different and to just provide you guys with a little bit of an insight of what we do through Trench Fitness. A profile on kind of one of the clients that we've been working with, or I've been working with recently, who's seen a lot of success, who's made a really big lifestyle change. And Krista, she's going to share her story today in hopes that it will provide you guys with an insight into, some of the challenges and hard aspects of her lifestyle change that she's faced, how she's overcome them, and just share her overall experience. So, Krista, welcome.
Thanks.
Thank you for sitting down with us this week. First off, I just want to ask you, how long have you been working at this lifestyle change? How long have you been working with Trench Fitness? What time frame are we looking at here?
So I started with Trench Fitness in May of this year, so I'm just in my 20th week of training right now. And also, just to preface that, weight training was completely new to me, so this was a whole new thing to start and learn about for me.
Okay, so when you started with Trench Fitness, what sort of goals or expectations did you have when you started the program, or why did you start the program?
I really had very few goals when I started. The big goal for me was I wanted to lose weight and generally have a better, more active lifestyle and become more fit. And I sit at a desk all day for my job, so I had some kind of minor back troubles, and I thought that maybe by doing some weights I'll strengthen my back and have a bit better overall feeling in that area. But to begin with, my goals were just very short, just really to lose weight.
To lose weight.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the 20 weeks that you've kind of been training now, have you achieved those weight loss goals? How has your back pain changed? Basically, has the training and kind of the nutrition change and the overall lifestyle change, has it met your expectations? Kind of where did you start from and where are you at now? Just in terms of, weight, body composition, and just strength as a whole.
Yeah, so definitely the results that I've gained so far have totally exceeded my expectations, which is awesome. I didn't think that would happen. So first with the goal that I did have with weight loss, yes, I did lose weight, but it wasn't in the form that I anticipated, I guess. I really had a paradigm around that the scale meant everything for progress, and that was definitely a big thing I had to overcome and change my thinking about. So because we're doing weight training, we're obviously building muscle, and the scale is changing in different ways. So for me, in the first couple weeks, the scale wasn't really moving a lot and took a long time to really change. But even overall, I've only lost, I think, between 15 and 20 pounds overall, but I've gained so much muscle. So I had to really change my thinking around looking at the scale as a factor for success. Yes, to go back to that, I did lose weight. And then adding to my the strength that I've gained, I noticed that in so many different areas. So, things that you don't really think about, like your posture or the way that you're just lifting things around the house or just day-to-day activities, I noticed were much easier sitting at my desk for work. My back pain is absolutely gone. I don't have any troubles at all with that anymore. So that was really exciting, not to have to depend on going to a chiropractor, going to a masseuse, things like that. So that was definitely a huge a bonus for me. And then just things like playing sports in the summer and going water skiing and playing slow pitch and things like that. All these things just become easier when you're overall stronger and more muscular. So that also, that strength aspect really adds, I think, to your confidence too. So, and kind of tying into that, another thing that I've gained out of this process has been a big change in my attitude. So, like people started saying to me, we talked about this before, my husband about halfway through said, "Oh yeah, like your attitude has really improved," and things like that you don't think about, but when you're doing a program and you're committed to it and you're having success with it and you're enjoying it, I think it just pumps you up. And when you're going to the gym a couple days a week and doing your meal planning, and you kind of translate that positive attitude into other things in your life too. So things like relationships or my job or things like that. Right. So that for me was a very unexpected byproduct of the program, and probably my favorite and the best one so far.
So along with some of those physical changes, also goes just kind of automatically is those mental changes. Like you said, you're feeling more confident.
Yeah, for sure.
Your attitude changes to more of a positive attitude. So it's really just a win-win kind of situation in all aspects of life.
So awesome.
In the gym, your strength has gone up amazingly. We started out, we weren't even able to really do a body weight squat properly.
Yeah.
Really struggled with kind of the hip hinge movement pattern and just that deadlift movement pattern. And we just got out of the gym here right now, and you squatted 150 for sets of 5 today, and she pulled 3 sets of 5 on the deadlift for 165 pounds. So strength is increasing like crazy. You're developing a ton of muscle mass. She's starting to eat a lot more food now as well too, which is really, really good. So energy levels are really good. So the progress, even though, like you said, it hasn't shown up on the scale drastically, it's shown up in a lot of other areas.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
That's super cool. Another question, what's been kind of the hardest aspect of making this change, or what's kind of been the biggest obstacle that you've had to face?
I think probably 3 main areas. The first one, which I already kind of talked about, was using the scale as a factor for success, and that took me a really long time to change my mindset that no, it's not the you're doing good or not number anymore. So you really have to look at that and just notice how your body is changing by how your measurements are and how your clothes are fitting and how you're feeling and looking. So I really had to kind of do that shift, and that took quite a while, but I did get there. The other thing was kind of a social thing. So how your family, or for me, for work, I have a lot of like client lunches and things where there's drinks and food, and so really fitting the program into your lifestyle, and not you just have to tweak things. You don't have to stop doing what you're doing. You just tweak them a little bit to fit with your program, and it's hard at first, but the more opportunities you have, you get better at it and you learn from it each time. So knowing how to kind of adapt to going out for a family dinner, or so we do a lot of things like we invite family over and we cook, and then I'm in control of my calories and know exactly what food that we're eating. So just being able to tweak and really be conscious of how your social life fits with your plan. And then I guess the other thing was just being patient. So knowing that it is a process, and the first week the scale probably won't move, and you really have to be patient with being committed to the program and giving it a chance. And for me, that took quite a while. After a month, it was like, well, the scale's only moved 3 pounds. Like, it's not working. Nothing's happening. But I just knew that I had to be committed to the program and give it a chance, and by being dedicated, I did have the results, and it took time, but it paid off so much that the process is definitely worth it. You just have to stick with it, and you'll be successful.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So with that being said, how has sticking to the program and being consistent and staying committed to something like this, because a lot of times people talk about they get kind of that lashback from their friends and family, that pressure from people, well, can't you just have one bite or have a little bit of this, and that pressure. So how have you been able to deal with that? And then how has your commitment and, making this lifestyle change for the overall and the long haul, how has this impacted your friends and family as a whole?
Okay, good question. So I think with the first part of that, in the beginning, when people are saying, oh, just have a sip of wine or just have a bite of this. And at first when you're, the progress is slow, you think, oh yeah, one little bit won't really matter, but it does. And I just tried to stick with it as closely as I could. And then once the results really started coming in, you see what a big difference being so accurate and being so committed makes. And then after that, it's like, it's so easy. It's, well, I love how I look and I feel and how my body is, so why would I chance it on a bite of something?
So it's like a snowball.
Yeah, exactly. So being very, very accurate will give you the results, so you kind of have to just think about the end goal of what do you want to get out of it, and you have to be committed to get that. So it's kind of tying into that. And then how has it kind of changed my family and friends or whatever. So definitely my husband doesn't like weigh his food or be as regimented as I am, but he eats healthier just because of what's in the house and what I'm buying and making. So he's a runner, so he's noticed just like losing a couple pounds just because of that. So that's definitely just made kind of our household a bit more healthier and thinking about things that we're eating. And then kind of tying into family as well. Like I said, instead of going out all the time, we'll have family over for dinners and just kind of tying in the more knowing what you're eating and being more health conscious and always choosing good healthy foods. So I think everybody in our family is definitely very accepting of it and supportive, which is nice, and I know not everybody has that, so we're very lucky. But I think they see when you're passionate about something, and they hopefully they always want to be supportive of that. So yeah, I've been lucky to have that they're super supportive. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So just 2 more questions I kind of have here. If you had to sum it up, what's kind of been the number one or the big factor to your success? I know we talk about a lot, but what's kind of that one thing that really sticks out as kind of the most important aspect of why you've achieved such awesome success on this program?
I think it's kind of going to be 2 things. So the first thing that I already talked about is being committed and being patient, and knowing that if you have a goal and you want to achieve something, you have to be dedicated or you're just not going to reach it. So just do whatever you can to stay committed, be accurate, be dedicated, and you will be successful. There's no other answer to that. And the other thing is having fun. I've had so much fun, and we've talked about this before. Yeah. I thought like, oh yeah, I want to lose weight and I'll try this program and I'll lift weights, whatever. But I didn't even account for like, hey, it might be fun trying something new. And I have had so much fun. And for me, that's been a big part of it, that I enjoy it and I get excited about it. And you also get excited when you're feeling good and when you're losing weight and getting stronger. All those things get you excited. So I think when you're having results and that's super positive, you want to keep going, and it kind of drives you to either maintain where you are or keep going to another goal. But yeah, definitely being committed and enjoying the process too, because it is fun to see and be proud of yourself of where you can get.
For sure. So making that commitment, and then once you've made that commitment, approaching that commitment with a positive mental attitude.
For sure.
With the idea that, hey, this is it's gonna be challenging, but I'm gonna make the best of it. I'm gonna have fun with it, instead of turning it into the commitment and then something that you dread doing every day, right? Like, I'm gonna hate this. If you have the wrong mental attitude, like you said, you'll never be successful.
Yep.
So just in closing, I know we kind of covered the one key point of your success, but I know a lot of people out there, they just want to hear kind of, any advice that you can provide to anyone who's maybe thinking of making a lifestyle change, is in the midst of it, is maybe struggling with maintaining that motivation. Just any last little bit of advice that you can give people out there who might watch this or want to hear that.
For sure. So I think for me, like I talked about in the beginning, I just had really 2 or 3 minor goals to start with, and you can have a whole list of goals or one goal, and it doesn't really matter what your goals are, as long as you have a goal and know that being committed to a program will get you there, then stick with that. For me, doing the whole weight training was brand new to me, so I started doing sessions with Neil with a friend, so that kind of helped to have a buddy system. But also the Trench offers things like the group programs and things like that, so don't be afraid of trying something brand new on your own. There are lots of ways to have that support system. And going into the brand new thing, a lot of things that helped me that you guys and Trench do are the group Facebook posts and the blogs and the videos and things like that. So I think if you're not sure if you'll be successful or not sure if you want to try it, I buddied up with somebody, so that really helped me to kind of have somebody to be accountable to that is in my family and life versus just a trainer. So that really helped kind of push me. So look at doing it with someone, with a buddy, or just know that you just need one goal, and if you're committed, you'll definitely be successful.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for just sharing your story with us for today, and for all the hard work that you've put in. the amazing results you've achieved. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you thus far.
Thanks.
You're super inspiring for other people out there, who might be thinking about making that lifestyle change. As you've said, you've really stuck to the commitment and being dedicated, and that's been super important. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. And I look forward to what we're going to accomplish in the future. So just in closing, you guys, I'm going to share a few, we'll see if we can throw a couple of videos in here, video clips of you training, and then we'll also show your before photos, and we'll also compare them to where we're at with our 20-week progress photos, and the results are really, really amazing. And I hope you guys are inspired and you learned a little bit just from listening to Krista today. So thanks for sharing, Krista.
Thanks, Neil. Thanks a lot.